Hi, Stan here. This video is about the second of the Elite Slayer mobs, which are the Ripper Demons. To be able to attack the Ripper Demons, you require level 96 Slayer. To get to these demons, you want to use the Lodestone to teleport to Al-Kharid and run east until you reach the guarded gate. Pass through and then take a right down the stairs into the cave. You will see the Raptor there, who will be hanging around this area for 1 week before moving on to the next location. Before I start, I have to say that I absolutely love these creatures. They have some interesting mechanics and is quite a fresh approach to Slayer, keeping you constantly on your feet. Firstly, I'll mention in passing some useful items that you may want to consider bringing with you to the fight. Some of these have quest requirements or require high levels in certain skills to make, as they are not buyable, so you will want to look into these items to see what you have access to. For the aura, use the Vampirism aura with the Vampirism Scrimshaw, which will provide a significant amount of healing. Have a Sign of Life or a Sign of Death, as when you are first starting out you will likely die quite often. These items will bring you back to life. The Sign of Life itself restores 25% of your base life points, while the Sign of Death restores 15% of your life points and does up to that amount to the monster that killed you, up to a maximum of 5,000 life points. A Death Touch bracelet or any type of damage reflecting item is very useful here, as the demons do rapid damage, so the bracelet will allow for damage to be reflected back at them very frequently. Having Malevolent Armor, which are tier 90 power armor here, is great, but with these demons having a good health boost is important too. So Tetsu, which are tier 85 tank armor, which can be obtained from player owned ports, would work very well here. I would not recommend using Bandos, which are tier 70 power armor, due to the significant reduction in defense, meaning you will take significantly more damage. These demons are player stun immune, but Dreadnips from the Dominion Tower currently can stun them. You may want to bring a Charming Imp. The Imp can be brought for 100,000 Dungeoneering tokens, as these demons will drop 4 charms at a time. A Gem Bag will also be useful to collect the gems that the demons drop. They drop a lot of Dragon Stones. An attuned ectoplasmata will be useful for the ashes that these demons drop upon death. You want to keep your health high at all times, so a portent of restoration will be useful here, as it will automatically heal you if your health drops below 50%. These demons have a listed weakness of earth spells. I have successfully killed them quite easily using ranged, but ideally you will want to use either mage or melee. One example of the melee setup that you could consider using is to dual wield using a Dark Light, which can be obtained from the Shadow of the Storm quests. This item bypasses any normal melee defense that the demon has, acting as the demon's weakness. You can use the Dark Light in conjunction with an offhand Drygore. The accuracy bonus of the Dark Light means you will hardly ever miss when you use it with the overloads. For the first half of this video, I will be showing you this example of the Dark Light and the offhand Drygore. In the second half of the video, you will see me using ranged against these demons. I just did this to show that you can quite easily just do it with range, despite it having a magic weakness. So you may be wondering what essential abilities you should be using against these creatures. The demons themselves have basic melee attacks which hit rapidly for relatively low damage. So you want to turn on Deflect Melee and employ Devotion, which increases the protection from the Deflect Melee to 100% for 10 seconds. You want to use this when you find that you're using too much food. And also having the Debilitate ability is also useful in reducing the damage against these demons. These demons will only attack with melee, so you do not have to prayer switch like you do with other Slayer creatures. You want to avoid using abilities like Dragon Breath, Chain, or Ricochet, as in a small space like this means you will more likely aggravate multiple creatures, which is very bad. It should be noted that the Leech Adrenaline Curse and the Siphon Constitution ability does not appear to work on these demons, so don't bother with that. Most of the heavy damage from these demons come from their special attacks. The first special attack is when the adrenaline bar over the Ripper demon is full. They will jump into the air and disappear for a few seconds. You should run away, avoiding the shadow that appears where they will land. If you get hit upon it landing, you will pretty much get instant killed. The sign of life or the sign of death is useful in that regard, as it will give you a second chance if you do happen to slip up. The second special attack that the demon can use against you is to apply a slaughter on you. There are two instances I've seen where they will do this. The first is when you are standing outside of melee distance from them. They will teleport within melee distance and apply the slaughter. The second is when the Ripper demon engages combat with you instead of you with them. To get around this slaughter ability, just use the freedom ability. If you try to move away without first using the freedom ability, you will take triple damage. The third ability is somewhat of a passive one. When the Ripper demons die, they will enter into a flurry-like attack, hitting you for 10% of your health rapidly. This is not blockable even by using devotion. What you want to do is simply move a few squares away and you'll be fine. The next ability is also a passive one. If your health falls below 50%, all the Ripper demons will become aggressive against you. You do not want this to happen because if they begin stacking on one another, you may miss one jumping into the air and using its instant kill attack. The main drop that a lot of players are after are the Ripper demon claws, both the main hand and offhand, which are both tier 85 melee weapons and drop separately. When both these claws are equipped, the claws will deal more damage the further the target's health is below 50%. Alright, until next time, see ya!